And you're very welcome back to a hot and stuffy studio. I'm going to get even hotter now because I'm alone with two women. Two very nice women, actually. Dr. Emer Coveney and Kim Doherty. You're very welcome, girls. There, see, that's the liquid art behind you there.
That's it, yeah.
Dr. Emer Coveney, at last we got you on. This is all Katrina Riley's fault, you know
yes,
that, don't you?
I've been working with Katrina in the arts office.
We will have words with Katrina again. And Kim, I spent a bit of time with you in March, which we'll be talking about soon. I can't believe it's March since I was...
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? We had snow at the beginning of that.
Oh my God, yeah. And it seems like only last week we were talking about it earlier on when we were looking at the photographs.
Yeah.
And it was just it's crazy stuff. Emer.
Yes.
You're going to tell us about this. Tell us about this. Why is it the Leonardo da Vinci?
Leonardo da Vinci programme. It's a European funding programme, and in Ireland it's managed by an organisation called Lergus. They're based in Dublin. And they do a lot of different grant programmes, but the one we applied for, we submitted an application through the Arts Office, and I work in the Community and Enterprise section. And I suppose it all came about as a result of work with Kim and the other artists in that other project that we're going to talk about as well. But we applied in February for funding for a European work placement programme, and the project is called Developing Creative Practice Across Borders. And basically we were successful. We heard there in May that we've received money to send artists on work experience placements to...
That's fantastic news. In the current climate now you've got...
It's great.
And have you people picked?
No,
or
not
is there a
yet.
selection process?
There will be a selection process. We won't be probably doing the recruitment until September. We have to just, over the next few months, develop our agreements with the different host partners where we're going to be sending the people, and we also have to finalise our contract with Lergus as well and actually receive the grant in before we can start recruiting people in that. So basically it's new. It's a new grant, something the council hadn't applied for before, so it's our first time to receive this money, and it's a very exciting project to be able to send.
It sounds amazing, you know.
Yeah, it is, and it's fully
suppose
funded.
Nemo, somebody's watching in and saying, this is the thing for me.
Yeah.
Can they apply now, or do you have to wait till everything falls into place?
Well, I mean, if they want to ring and give us their maybe just contact details, and when we have the application forms ready, we'll send them out probably around September time. So yeah, people want to phone in, they can contact the Arts
that won't be long
Office.
coming.
Yeah.
When the time's going. What's all about this? Any?
A whole range of different types. We're working with different centres and arts organisations. So, for example, one of them is a print museum, which is in Tartu in Estonia, and they also have a paper museum in the same building. So they have kind of old printing equipment, and they do a lot of making paper and making art out of paper and that. So, people, I suppose, when we met them, we were funded by the grant as well to go over and visit them and kind of develop the partnership between them. And the type of artists they've had there, they've had illustrators who have maybe illustrating their own books, and writers who want to
How
do
does
illustrations
communication start between Ireland and Estonia?
Well,
not particularly, not being ignorant, I suppose, but Estonia wouldn't be, to me, an arty type place.
Well, it just came about through working with the artists here in Cavan, and I suppose Katrina in the Arts Office has worked with Kim and people like Patricia McCarthy. McKenna. And through Patricia McKenna, then we met another artist called Maria Curran, who's actually based in County Clare, but she was one of the artists on the
I met her, didn't I?
The residency project in Coot Hills. So Maria has contacts in Estonia, and she was able to give us a couple of organisations to start talking to. And then Katrina and some of the artists would have had contacts with other arts groups, like in Belfast and in the UK. And we were working with the Polish Association as well. So we've also been talking to a group in Poznan in Poland, which is a puppet theatre. I'm not sure if they're going to be one of the final projects that we continue to work with this year. We may work with them in another year. But it's just really about kind of, I suppose, networking, talking to different people and local contacts. You know, people have worked, especially artists.
It just snowballs.
It snowballs,
itself,
Yeah, but you definitely need the support of kind of a network of people. We wouldn't just have them sitting in the council on our own.
Yeah.
So,
and again, I have to say now, people that are watching now, that artists, abstract, mainstream,
visual, writers,
whatever,
performance art.
Because again, like we say every week on we're promoting plays and music and stuff like that, and we're saying to people, don't be afraid. You know, come on, join in with all this, you know, because
Yeah,
a lot of singers and songwriters and playwrights and stuff like that see the programme, see people like you and they say, oh, that's not for me, I wouldn't, but we encourage people to do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, people, like we were saying, people could have maybe film production skills, and we could send them maybe to one of the partners is Féile Belfast, the festival in West Belfast, and we could send them there to maybe do a documentary on it or something. So whatever skills they have, if they put on the application form, you know,
we'll go and do a documentary. we can do that. We can do that, definitely.
That would make sense.
Great. That'd be
So, but yeah, so there's a creative writing centre in West Yorkshire as well as one of the groups. So there's a whole range of artists across different disciplines.
There's a network, isn't there?
Yeah,
You know, of people in contact.
Yes, yeah.
Kim, it's good to see you again.
You too, Paul.
March, April, May, June.
Yeah, 3 months.
It's flown by, hasn't it?
It has flown by, definitely.
Flown by. And we were up at your art installation in Gallery House, is that
That's
right?
right, in Mudgebourne, yeah.
Yeah, it was winter then, wasn't it? Well, it's
It was
winter. I know
winter.
we're only getting good weather now.
Yeah, well, the first weekend we went in, it was cold, like outside.
Yeah.
We had snow. But by the time you came, I think the weather was a bit more normal.
It was a bit better, yeah.
Yeah. But the time has flown, and I think the 3 months has been good because you're sort of integrating everything that you learned. You know, you're able to put it into practice a bit more now because you've processed a bit.
Right, we're going to look at some of the pictures here now. And if David could put up the first picture, I'm going to get Kim to explain it to us.
That's Erki's work.
Erki is the Estonian
Yeah,
chap.
Erki Kasmits, and that is milk cartons. And he has been working on those for years, and literally every day he takes out a milk carton. And
Are they all Tetra
paints
Pak?
on
Are
it.
they all the same
Yeah.
type?
Yeah, they are.
From all over the world?
Mostly from Estonia, where he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he travels, obviously he picks up some and works on them. And in fact, in the house, I don't know if he showed them to you, Paul. He was working on matchboxes, which are a much smaller format
No, I didn't see them.
than what you have there.
So they're all individually painted.
All
in
individually
detail,
painted.
Yeah, and he had a huge exhibition in Estonia with thousands and thousands of them. So.
It's brilliant use of materials.
Isn't it? Yeah. And where is that now? Where was that picture taken?
That was in Estonia.
That's in Estonia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, our next one, Dave. There we are. Oh, this one is from last year, isn't it?
That's
Erki's
right.
style, isn't it?
Yeah, that's part of his performance art, and so that's two.
Now, a lot of people
different
wouldn't
liquid
understand this.
groups. Yeah, well, that's part of the liquid group. If you Google them, you'll get a little bit more information about them. But the reason they're called liquid is when they reach out to anyone, like myself or Maura or Patricia or Maria could say now that we are part of the liquid group, because when they meet people, if you want to join, you're now known as liquid and liquid art because they want to spread it.
Yeah.
And they're quite different to maybe other traditional artists that are in Estonia.
Brilliant. And the next one, Dave? Show us the next one now. I want to go through all these because... Oh, look, here's... I know Charlie McGettigan there. That's Maura.
That's right, that's Maura there. So that was from the radio programme. We went in to see Charlie, I think it was 2 weeks before the residency itself.
Who's that wee lassie? I know that lassie.
That's Lauren, that's Maura's daughter.
Yes, I know Lauren, yeah. I've met
yeah.
her as well. And that's you there, Kim, as well.
That's me, yeah.
And Charlie McGettigan, who's coming on the show very, very, very soon.
Very
To
good.
talk. Right, next one, Dave. Next one, I want to go through them all. Oh, this is in the house, isn't it?
This is in the
That's you,
house.
Emer.
That's me. Yeah, I was out there for one of the
Oh,
days
yeah, I
as
met
well,
all these. I met all them, yeah.
That's Erki there on the
Yeah,
right,
Erki.
and
Myself.
Kim.
Now, that must have been in early days because when I was in the house...
That was Monday. That was literally day 2. We came into the house on the Saturday and we got settled and everything. And then Sunday, we had a big day Sunday. It was all discussion. We took a look at our brief and then we shared obviously our backgrounds and maybe what we were thinking of getting out of the project and that type of thing. And literally then we had a big discussion and then we looked at barriers to creativity, things like that, and then that kind of set the scene for the week because every day we'd come to the table around 10 o'clock in the morning and then we'd take a look at what was our plan for the day.
And everything was going on there. Everything.
Yeah.
You were inventing games.
That's
there
right.
was installations. No matter where you looked, there was a piece of art going on.
Yeah, you see, if you think about it, we all came from very different backgrounds. Like I would be predominantly visual arts, Maura would be drama and written work. Erki Erky had a background in theatre and in visual, but he uses games quite a bit, and that brings a bit of structure, and it certainly lent a bit of structure to what we were doing.
Yes, yeah.
And then Patricia's a great visual artist, and she would have done a lot of work here in Cavan, even the Grey House out in Swanland Bar. So we were all quite different. So we had to get to know each other.
Fantastic mixture of people.
It was a great mix because we all got a sense of each other's processes, and even you might find in your own work that maybe you're beginning to think about how somebody else had worked and use a little bit of that process in your own work now. Yeah.
Here's the next one. That's a handsome chap there. I don't know who that is.
That's Maria Kerr, and that's one of her performance pieces. She's based in Ennistimon in County Clare.
Yeah.
And she does a lot of work in Estonia as well. As I said, that was one of the reasons we were able to make contact with some of those groups there.
Yeah.
That's a piece called Salt, I believe. She told us about that in the house.
Oh yeah, she's blinding the devil. That's what she's doing. Yeah, that's it. That's what she's doing there. That's a pretty old I am. What? Here's this. I think this is our last one. Is this our last one? Oh no, this one. Oh yeah. Can you see that, Kim?
I could see that. I think that.
Oh, mural outside, is it?
That's Maria's as well.
That's Maria's.
Yeah.
That's Maria's.
And you all seem to be involved in that one.
No, I think that's work she has done before joining up to this group. I think she had sent in some images of the type of work she's involved in.
Right, here's the next one.
And that's Patricia's.
That's like a bird.
Yeah.
I think that's across the road.
Around the river, is it?
Yeah.
I think she's done some work.
It's in the rover, yeah?
From during the flag.
Yeah, and I think some of it was around the idea of...
so what happens next now for Liquid Art?
Well, in September I'll be going in to work with the Big Steps after school in Tullochmungan. And basically my plan for their workshop will be to tell them a little bit about the project, tell them about the process, and then to do a game with them, to introduce them to one of Erky's games, and then just allow them to experience what we would have done in the house, and then move from there into some more visual art.
Brilliant.
So, and large scale paper, paint, and I would have done a little bit of clay with this particular group before.
And is this in a school, like, you know?
This is in an after school. This is up in Tullochmungan. So your age range now, Paul, will be from age 6 right through to 12. Yeah. So you have to pitch it appropriate, obviously, and for the right skill set. So that's why I think it's important for me to discuss with them, in appropriate language.
Yeah. Well, it's incredible because the school was never like that when I went. You're lucky if you got drawing anything. Well, it's been fantastic, girls, having you on. It's been brilliant. I told you it'd be quick, Emer, didn't I?
Yes, yeah.
And it was, wasn't it? Now, in fairness, it was. Emer, what's the plans for you for the future, apart from putting manners on Katrina O'Reilly?
Well, we've loads of different projects on. We're doing age-friendly work. We've our age-friendly county strategy in operation. County Council is doing a new county development plan. I'd be involved in different sections.
This is all an excuse to get you back on. And I want you back on. I want you both back on. Now, so I'm going to have you back on, Kim, in winter now, that means.
Okay, Paul.
And watch how quick that will go, because we want to see, and we might go up and see you in situ and watch you working with the kids.
Sure, no pressure, Paul.
No pressure, no, because we had a great time with you up in Mudgebourne. It was a fantastic day. And girls, thank you very much. That's all for the Green Room this week.
Thanks
for having us.
And thanks for being on. And I'll be back with you next week. Enjoy the sun. Thank you.